Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Two major Chicago Fire characters are leaving the show after season 13. Chicago Fire is losing two main cast members, and more are potentially set to depart the long-running NBC drama. Actors leaving is nothing new for One Chicago, which also comprises Chicago Med and Chicago PD. However, shifts in the ensemble have been more common for the past few seasons, as budget restrictions have occasionally impacted how the stories unfold on screen. Deadline reports that Daniel Keary and Jake Lockett are not expected to return to Chicago Fire if the procedural drama is renewed for season 14. Keary, who plays Daniel Ritter, has been with the show since season 7. Lockett, a relatively more recent addition in the role of Sam Carver, has been with Chicago Fire since season 11. The exits come ahead of likely renewals for NBC's Wolf Entertainment dramas, which include Law and Order, though those renewals may include cuts to the budget. The departures of Keary and Lockett are reportedly part of an overall effort to downsize budgets across the board. The long-running firefighter procedural, in particular, is looking ahead at negotiations with several veteran Chicago Fire cast members. As these negotiations unfold and renewal talks continue between NBC and production studio Universal Television, there could be more departures across all 5 Wolf Entertainment shows that air on NBC. That would also mean Law and Order, SVU, Chicago Med, and Chicago PD. Given that filming continues ahead of a likely renewal for Chicago Fire Season 14, Ritter and Carver are expected to get proper send-offs for their characters. During their time on the show, both firefighters faced different personal and professional struggles. The hit procedural, which remains strong in the ratings, both in terms of streaming and traditional viewing, has generally had to maneuver around changes to the cast. It was previously reported that the NBC show was reducing the number of episodes each main cast member was required to appear in as a way of addressing the budget. The latest update takes it a step further, noting that there may well be more departures across all of the shows that comprise the Dick Wolf universe. Those shows cross over from time to time and share a history. They could look markedly different if, as reports continuously suggest, renewals are imminent. Further casting news could trickle out in the coming weeks and months, with negotiations continuing. Chicago Fire may be a hit, but network television isn't what it was even a decade or so ago. Though still a success and still reliable, money from advertising that networks rely on is continually at risk. This leads networks to negotiate with studios over keeping the shows they want, albeit at a lower price. These, in return, get reflected in the on-screen changes that have also affected dramas like Grey's Anatomy on ABC and the FBI franchise on CBS. In a twist that's sending shockwaves through Firehouse 51, Chicago Fire fans will have to brace for an emotional goodbye. 2 beloved characters are officially departing after season 13. While rumors have swirled for months, the news has now been confirmed, and viewers are already reaching for tissues. Though change is no stranger to the One Chicago universe, this latest development is hitting harder than a 5-alarm blaze. Lieutenant Stella Kidd and Joe Cruz, saying goodbye to the heart of 51. After years of navigating flames, heartbreak, and heroism, Miranda Ray Mayo, Stella Kidd, and Joe Minoso, Joe Cruz, will be hanging up their turnout gear. These 2 characters have not only cemented their places as fan favorites, but their departures mark the end of a deeply emotional era for Chicago Fire. Stella Kidd, from probationary firefighter to fierce lieutenant. Stella Kidd's journey began in season 4, entering Firehouse 51 as a force of nature, sharp-toned, fearless, and fiercely loyal. Over time, she evolved into one of the strongest female leaders in the One Chicago universe. Watching her grow into a commanding officer, earn the respect of her peers, and navigate the sometimes turbulent waters of her relationship with Kelly Severide has been nothing short of riveting. Insiders say Stella's exit will be a culmination of everything she's worked for, possibly involving a promotion or a new role outside of 51, maybe even a leadership position at another house or within the CFD's brass. It's bittersweet, especially given how much her character has meant to the show's themes of empowerment and resilience. Fans have long admired her mentorship to younger firefighters, her vulnerability, and her ability to push through fire both literally and metaphorically. Her final arc promises to be emotional. Sources hint that her departure will not be because of tragedy, but rather a new opportunity, something she can't say no to, even if it breaks her heart to leave Severide and the crew behind. Joe Cruz. A legacy built on brotherhood and bravery. And then there's Joe Cruz, who has, since season 1, been the soul of Firehouse 51. Cruz's character development is among the richest in the Chicago Fire canon. From a young firefighter grappling with his troubled younger brother to a family man and seasoned rescue squad member, Joe has embodied loyalty, strength, and compassion. Viewers have watched him laugh, cry, grieve the loss of Otis, and grow into a mentor for the next generation of firefighters. His wedding episode, his role as a new dad, and his unwavering presence through the years have solidified his spot as one of the show's emotional anchors. Joe Minoso, the actor behind Cruz, released a heartfelt statement to fans. Playing Joe Cruz has been one of the greatest honors of my life. I've grown with him, cried with him, and celebrated with him. I'm grateful for the ride and for the love the fans have shown me all these years. Cruz's departure will reportedly involve a major, high-stakes rescue mission that leaves him reflecting on his future. With his growing family and a near-death experience on the horizon, it seems he'll be stepping away from the CFD to embrace a new chapter, one that lets him prioritize being a father and husband. What this means for Firehouse 51. The exits of Kid and Cruz represent a seismic shift for Firehouse 51. These aren't just supporting players, they're two foundational pillars. Their loss will undoubtedly open doors for new characters, but no one can truly replace them. We're likely to see ripple effects across the board. How will Severide cope without Kid by his side, both personally and professionally? Could this cause another bout of inner turmoil for him, perhaps tempting him to leave firefighting once more? And how will the squad adapt without Cruz's calm wisdom and selfless heart? Ritter, Gallo, and Violet have looked to him as a big brother figure. His absence will leave a void that may drive those younger team members to step up in big, unexpected ways. A celebration, not just a goodbye, Season 13 will honor both Kid and Cruz with a series of tribute-style moments, callbacks to their first days, surprise reunions with former cast members, and a farewell party that promises to be full of laughs, tears, and unforgettable memories. Executive producer Andrew Newman teased, "We're not sending them off quietly. Kid and Cruz have given Chicago Fire everything." Their final episodes will celebrate that, full of callbacks, Easter eggs, and powerful emotional beats. It's also rumored that the season finale will feature a montage of their most iconic moments: Kid's baddest rescues, Cruz's jokes with Otis, the wedding scenes, and the quiet, heartfelt conversations shared in the Firehouse's common room. Fans are already speculating about who might return for these episodes. Otis via flashbacks, Dawson, maybe even Casey and Brett for a full circle moment. What's next for Miranda Ray Mayo and Joe Minoso? While neither actor has confirmed their next projects, industry insiders say Miranda Ray Mayo is already fielding offers for lead roles in both streaming dramas and feature films. She's been praised for her versatility and emotional depth, qualities that are sure to land her more spotlight roles soon. Joe Minoso, meanwhile, has expressed interest in writing and directing. With more than a decade of Chicago Fire under his belt, he's reportedly developing a behind-the-scenes docuseries about first responders and their real-life heroism. The end of an era, saying goodbye to Stella Kid and Joe Cruz, will be no easy feat. They're more than characters. They're family. They've pulled us out of burning buildings, carried us through heartbreak, and reminded us what it means to be brave. As Season 13 marches toward its finale, fans are urged to prepare for one of the most emotional send-offs in Chicago Fire history. But if there's one thing we've learned from Kid and Cruz, it's that no matter how hard the goodbye, the legacy you leave behind can still burn brightly. Forever part of the 51 family, their stories may be ending, but their impact will never fade. So here's to Stella and Cruz. You'll always have a home at Firehouse 51.